Last week on Sailing Zephyr, we crossed the last leg of the Atlantic from the Azores to CADIZ, Spain. After some pretty terrible conditions, we were happy to arrive to dry land.
There's land! Finally!
With not much time, we spent our days repairing and exploring the city of CADIZ.
Do you expect that coming around the corner?
No.
Without my love for the ocean, I would be long gone by now. It's some kind of devotion that brings me down.
This week, we leave CADIZ behind and prepare to cross the Strait of Gibraltar. Although we had heard a lot of horror stories for vessels crossing the strait, with some careful planning, it turned out to be a pleasant cross. The only downside was we had to motor.
What a beautiful morning, guys. We've just left Puerto America Marina in CADIZ. We had a wonderful time. We're only here 2 days, but CADIZ city is unbelievable. I can't recommend it enough, guys. It was stunning. What a beautiful place. You know, our only disappointment is we have to leave. We're going to run down the coast and we're going to go through the Strait of Gibraltar and then pull in at Gibraltar Harbor and anchor there for the night and just wait for the right winds to head up the coast. So, but yeah, we would have loved to stay longer, but we had to get this weather window. So it's really tricky with the winds going through Gibraltar. It's about 6:30 in the morning and it's really foggy and we're dodging fishing nets everywhere.
Ah! So much fog! This is our first time through fog, isn't it?
It is our first time through fog and it's really thick.
Yeah, and I'm soaking wet from it.
Yeah, there's so much dew, isn't there?
Yeah.
So this is our first experience with fog, and as you can see, we cannot see anything right now. I've had Nat spotting and she's absolutely frozen solid, so but yeah, no, we're doing all right. We had to dodge quite a few unmarked small fishing boats and their nets as we were coming out, so that was a bit scary. But we're doing all right now. We're hoping the sun will burn this off pretty soon. How's this fog, huh?
Crazy, but it's so beautiful. So nice. But it's a pity we can't see land as we go by, because it kind of feels like you're out in the ocean again, like doing an ocean crossing, even though we're doing coastal waters.
Strait of Gibraltar. Not too busy at all. Zephyr is just there. We'll be hugging the coast all the way through and then we'll pull into Gibraltar. So we're just about to head through the Gibraltar Strait. We're probably about 2 hours from the mouth of the entrance, right? So
5 degrees, 4.5 minutes north.
That's a distress call that keeps going out. Three migrant boats with 60 people about across the three of them. That's heading across from Morocco to Gibraltar. And they've been broadcasting this message now for the last couple of hours, so yeah, we were warned about there's going to be a lot of migrant boats. So.
For me, growing up in Spain, I always used to hear about it all the time, but it's become a reality now as we come through, and you know, every other call on the radio is a call letting us know that there's, you know, 3 migrant boats out, and there's, I think, 60 people altogether on them, spread over the creek. So
one of the things we've been really nervous about is what to do if migrant boats should approach us, or if they're in danger or help or what they might need. And I think, so Natalie actually phoned her dad to find out what we should do, and his advice was, if they're on the boat, there's nothing we can do, or we should do.
Just got to advise the port or the rescue team and they'll come and help them.
Correct. If they're in danger.
If they're in danger, it'd be hard not to be able to help them, right? Like, you've got to help them. But apparently you can get done for trafficking if you help them up onto your boat. So No.
A bit of a moral dilemma there.
As the fog starts to dissipate, we round Tarifa Point, which signifies the entrance to the Strait of Gibraltar.
Past the point of no return, baby, on the summer night. The shot of love and the spark of laughter breathe. The stars align and the month times night burn like a dried out leaf. Are we leaving on the next train, baby? I do believe. Come on, let's ride this train.
We are just arriving into Gibraltar. There's a little bay here, so we're gonna anchor up for the night and then continue up to Malaga tomorrow. So we wanted to break the trip up a little bit instead of doing more night shifts. We're a bit over them after our last week sailing from the Azores to Spain. And just the two of us, it was a little bit too much. So we decided to just take it easy as we go through here and stop in here. So we're just about arriving now and it's like 6 p.m. So we've got plenty of time to anchor and get sorted and have a nice meal and have a good night's rest. This is my face after seeing 2 sunfish on the Strait of Gibraltar. Who would have thought? I couldn't believe it when we saw them. Massive as well. And that was the first time I'd ever seen them. And it was just spectacular. I'm so happy. We didn't manage to get it on camera. It happened so fast both times. We've just anchored and we're just talking about how nice it feels to be back at anchor instead of being in marinas. This is lovely. The beaches are packed. It's very industrial kind of setting, but there's a massive beach and it's absolutely packed. And we're just going to find out whether James can actually head onto land or not. Because I wouldn't mind having an ice cream and I could probably swim there.
Yeah, come on. Let's ride this train.
We're leaving the Bay of Gibraltar now. We were anchored next to the beach that was pretty good. And it's the first time I've been at anchor for ages. So. And now we are going to Malaga, where Natalie's dad is going to join us for a few days of sailing, so we're pretty excited. 12-hour run, should have winds just behind the beam, so it should be a good sail, 15 to 20 for part of the sail. No wind right now. The bay is actually quite beautiful.
Beautiful sunrise happening behind me in the Bay of Gibraltar, and that's the British side on this side, and then the bit we were staying in was the Spanish side still, so it still belonged to CADIZ. And now we're leaving up through here and we're actually going to take a left and head up the coast of Spain up to Malaga. So pretty exciting. It was a beautiful little anchorage last night. It was probably our first good night's sleep because when we were in CADIZ, even though we were in a marina, we only had 2 nights there. There was so much to do just to get ready to do the Gibraltar Strait crossing, so. Boats passing you everywhere, babe.
I've got a ferry here, I've got a cargo ship in front of me moving. That cargo ship just left. There's one that just passed us now. I've got another cargo ship over here that I think is leading as well, and one straight out another 2 miles in front of me. So. Gibraltar's a little cray-cray. Quick update, guys. We left the Bay of Gibraltar. It's blowing 25.6 knots. We're only supposed to have 10 to 15. It's running at about 120, so we got a downwind run, following seas about 1 meter. So we run 140% Genoa, and I've probably got about half of it out. And we are surfing up to almost 9 knots, and we've got a sustained 7 knots of speed. And I've got nothing else out. I got no main out, just a scrap of head sail, and we are rolling. Dead comfortable. Like, we haven't experienced this yet because we came from the Caribbean to the Azores, and it's a CADIZ. So we've never had downwind sailing. All we've had is everything on the beam, or ahead of the beam the whole way for over 3,000 nautical miles. Nat's downstairs, she's cooking eggs, and I got a cup of coffee on the go. I mean, it's peaceful. We got Gibraltar behind me. I don't know if you can see that. That's the Rock of Gibraltar. And then I know you probably can't see that. Over there is Africa. And we're running up the Spanish coast here to Malaga. So we're just dodging some cargo ships, and this is the biggest cargo ship we've seen so far. This bad boy is 1,200 feet. We are absolutely booking it. We had lost a little bit of wind there for a bit, but we are hooning. We just hit 10.7 knots, which is pretty good. Surfing down a wave, but
some part of me is hoping for tonight. It's not too late.
We've had really crazy conditions. I guess our first experience sailing in the Med with those big wind gusts that they get, the Levantes. We've had easily sustained over 20 knots to 30 knots all day. And following seas, luckily, but they calm down now. But boy, we had some big waves coming right up the back of the boat all day today. So looking forward to some shorter trips in the Med. I'll tell you what, all we've been doing for the last 2 months has been massive big sails. We did St. Martin to the Azores, that was 22 days, and bounced around the Azores, and Azores to CADIZ, that was another 8 days, and then CADIZ was a long trip down around to Gibraltar. Felt long because it was all in fog, but yeah. So yeah, we're ready for some short day sailing.
We find a quiet little bay where we anchor for a couple of nights. Whilst we wait for my dad to arrive from Madrid, we check out the city of Malaga.
See if we can park our dinghy here while we're going to town. Luckily, Nat is Spanish, so this should help us. Negotiating the cobblestones, well played, well played. Lunge over the blue tubes. And look through. There she goes. Hopefully she can swing up. This place is incredible.
I guess I'll call and ask around to see if someone's sent for the wind. And we all got different highs, and no one likes to wait. No patience. It's a death dance.
It's about time James fixes the haircut I gave him before the Atlantic crossing. So we head to a proper barber shop where he gets a professional cut. Dad arrives and we go for a quick dinner before heading back to the boat.
Fast cars don't appeal to us. We run things, don't talk it through. And every day is a victory when we don't have to wait. And no
Join us next week as the three of us sail along the coast of Spain. Dad helps out on Zephyr.
Is what we do. And me and Mom, we take what we want. We are the color.
You do some more exploring on land.
Middle ways, no way. We are the highway. We are the
We find some beautiful anchorages along the way and get to enjoy some amazing snorkeling.
lights match our eyes. Smoky rays make way. Double trouble